This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. I can confirm the pollen count is high today. Woke up sneezing and sniffling, one of those days.
Oh, I know. I mean, we were so excited about spring yesterday, but with spring comes pollen, and we all know that's going to make everybody start sneezing around here.
With more on the conditions outside, here's meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, it's a rough pollen season, no doubt about it. Lots of complaints from viewers about that. We've seen trees just loaded with blossoms and bees as well. So hopefully we'll have a lot of fruit this year around here. That'd be nice. There's certainly been some damage to some of the crops further north because of the cold snap that we had, you know, kind of hitting on what had been up to now a kind of warm winter, but last week a lot of damage was done, I think, with some of the early blossoms. We're looking at some mild temperatures across the region. Compared to yesterday, we're running a degree or two or three, a little warmer. A little more humidity in the air, a little bit, not much. We will continue to see the humidity and temperatures rise over the next several mornings, I think, as we continue to monitor an area of low pressure and a frontal boundary that could eventually produce rain this week. But not today. Today, a lot of sunshine out there. Daytime highs topping out in the mid to upper 70s once again. Beautiful day in store for you guys.
All right, taking a look at our Suncoast traffic this morning in Manatee County. Looks like there is a little bit of buildup towards Palmetto, but other than that, not a whole lot going on throughout Bradenton on this Tuesday morning. As we head into Sarasota County, a little bit of congestion towards 41. Other than that, I-75 looking clear. As we head into South County, some congestion, it looks like on 41 in that south area towards Nokomis as well. But other than that, no accidents to report on this Tuesday morning. Topping our news, police now say they may have found the body of a missing Palmetto woman.
Police say human remains believed to be Tricia Freeman have been discovered in Levy County up near Gainesville. The 47-year-old was reported missing last week. Freeman's daughter, Kayla Coiler, and her boyfriend, Roy Nichols Jr., were arrested in West Virginia in connection to the death. Investigators now say Nichols admitted that he killed Freeman during a struggle. They believe Nichols and Coiler stole her car, dumped her body, and traveled to Kentucky and West Virginia. He is charged with second-degree murder, and she is charged with accessory to murder. After the fact, the pair is being brought back to Florida.
New this morning, a case against a Sarasota man facing charges for reportedly fracturing the skull of his girlfriend's 3-year-old daughter will head back to court today. A case management hearing is scheduled for 10 this morning for Nicholas Ritter. He's facing charges for aggravated battery towards a child. Now, he was arrested back in September after bringing the girl to Sarasota Memorial Hospital and telling staff that she fell. There were bruises on her back and chest and fractures on both sides of her skull, among many other injuries. Ritter's trial is expected to begin in August.
A change at the top of Northport Police. Kevin Vespia, the chief there, says he is going to step down next year. It won't be for about 12 months, but the end is March 2018, he says. He's been the chief there for 7 years. He spent 18 of his 25 years in law enforcement with the Northport Police Department.
Developing overnight, Sarasota County Emergency Services tells us crews were sent to a brush fire at Shamrock Park.
The fire burned about 4 acres. It's now under control. Shamrock Park, by the way, is in Venice, south of the Venice Pier. No homes were threatened, but the cause is still under investigation.
In Manatee County, an investigation is underway into a near drowning incident. It happened in the 3400 block of 57th Street East in Bradenton. Deputies say a 2-year-old boy was found at the bottom of the swimming pool around noon yesterday. The boy's father told deputies that he found the boy after helping his other children put on their swimsuits. The boy was transported to the hospital in critical condition as an investigation continues this morning. In Sarasota, a local judge is spearheading a program to combat the homelessness problem. It's geared towards keeping the mentally ill out of jail and off the streets.
Our Dwayne Lindo has more on the future of this program.
Considered a Herculean effort by law enforcement, local judges, and government, Sarasota Judge Erica Quartermain's comprehensive jail diversion program is now in full effect.
We've had a lot of success, and the cases are moving very quickly.
As of March 1st, 13 participants have been enrolled in the program, with more on the way. Most of the people who are eligible are mentally ill and would otherwise be sent to county jail.
Within a day of the order being entered, those folks are being released and taken to an appropriate placement for residential and purposes and treatment.
Centerstone Behavioral Health Services screens candidates to make sure they fit the criteria.
And then we make the recommendation to Judge Quartermain and court administration.
Once a mental illness has been established, assisted living is the next step.
By putting people into what we call permanent supportive housing, just not housing, but supportive housing, we're seeing tremendous success.
CEO of Community Assisted and Supported Living, Scott Eller, says through the county's SHIFTS program, these individuals receive help in finding work and less likely to end up in jail.
In the 18 months prior to being in the SHIFTS program, there were 667 arrests and 875 charges. We reduced that number to 3 arrests in the 18 months in our program.
Centerstone CEO Melissa Larkin-Skinner points out in order for this program to keep working, grants are important throughout the process, especially for sustainability.
It actually enabled us to get it started, and because the folks involved are so passionate about it and have proven track records in other areas, the community really jumped behind it.
A community effort that Quartermain is hoping will continue.
We're in good shape. It's moving along as scheduled. Of course, it's a difficult population, but we aren't going to give up.
Dwayne Lindo, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Happening today, construction work on the New Pass Bridge to and from Longboat Key. State crews will update the bridge tender house, traffic gates, and sidewalk. The bridge will still open to let boats through. The work will be done from 6:30 p.m. to 8 a.m. The $2 million project should be done in a couple of months. In Venice, work will be done soon on a number of pavement projects. Crews will be collecting samples along Nokomis, Nassau, Tampa, Venice, and Miami avenues from Harbor Drive to US 41. This is the first step in designing the roadway for the Downtown Improvement Project. The pavement borings will begin on Thursday and last for about 3 days.
Looking ahead this morning, people in Sarasota will soon be able to voice their opinions on a series of new developments in the area. The county will host their second public hearing for a request from developers to pave over 2 functioning wetlands north of 17th Street and west of Honore Avenue. The projects would include building 85 more independent living units, as well as expanding an assisted living facility. Some say the developments would help the area, while others who are opposed say it would hurt the environment. And do they want to know how you feel on that matter, so you can attend the hearing tomorrow at 1:30 at the county building on Ringling Boulevard. Officials at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport are also looking ahead. This week they're hosting a simulated drill to prepare personnel in case of a disaster. People on site say it was so real looking that you may have believed something actually had gone wrong. ABC 7's Rick Adams has that story.
A disaster drill at the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport on Monday simulated a big explosion on a plane as it was making its way to the runway for takeoff. It's an exercise that felt and looked very real for those who participated and for those who watched.
This is about as close as you can get to the real deal, and everybody did very, very well. Worked as a team, and that's important.
About 200 people took part in this drill, including volunteers who were pretending to be victims, as well as the airport staff and emergency crews from Sarasota and Manatee counties who were responding to this mock plane disaster.
It's very important for us, especially when we're a smaller airport and we have limited staff on duty, mostly for fire department and law enforcement, so we rely extensively on outside agencies like the county department, fire department, and EMS, as well as law enforcement.
Steve Tanzella is general manager of United Airlines at Fort Myers. He says it's important for airports to be ready for anything at any time.
So good to get a perspective of what another city does, so you can take back to your station or your airport and get some good ideas what we can share with our teams back in our stations.
In Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Airport officials tell us the FAA requires drills like this every 3 years. And the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is looking for teens to take part in its Teen Driving Challenge. The hands-on course gives drivers with a learner's permit driving experience by training with Sarasota County Sheriff's Office staff. By completing that course, drivers can get a certificate that helps validate insurance policy discounts. Those courses will take place on April 15th and May 20th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The Oslo Theater is already announcing its schedule for later on this year. The season launches on the the 15th of November with the Tony Award-winning show Evita, one of my favorites. Josh Rhodes, who helped with the production of the Oslo's Guys and Dolls, will direct and choreograph the musical. Some other ones coming up include Gloria, The Morning After Grace, and Ragtime.
We are expanding on the American Character Project into a new and exciting group of stories.
There will also be a number of summer family productions to close the season next summer. Very nice.
This morning, the community is rallying behind a Suncoast family hit by bad news after bad news.
A year after a little boy was born with special needs, his 25-year-old mother then suffered a very rare and serious stroke. This is how Christina used to look, and this is how she looks now. She suffered a stroke called locked-in syndrome. Her parents take care of her around the clock, as well as her son, who's on her lap right there. That's her son. But the costs are overwhelming. Part-time home care costs are $1,000 a week, they say. They say they never thought this would be their lives.
Still trying to cope with the fact that this happened to Christina. It literally happened within 5 seconds. We were packing, getting ready to leave to come home to her brother's wedding. And Lucas was more stable.
We actually missed our son's wedding because we couldn't leave her. So that was pretty hard as well.
Care to Try is a local nonprofit. They're hosting a virtual 5K to help raise money for the family, a nationwide fundraiser. You can learn more about the fund drive by going to our website at mysuncoast.com and clicking on links we mentioned. You know, I've covered thousands of stories, and this one goes right near the top as far as stories that really hit you after you drive away.
Yeah.
They didn't deserve this.
Right.
Special needs, a boy is born, and the mother, through all the stress, suffers a stroke afterwards, and she's got a real unusual and serious stroke called locked in, where she's 100% cognitive but can't communicate.
Right.
Imagine that prison.
Gosh, that must be awful.
Yep.
I hope this virtual run for them raises a good amount of funds for them to be able to help them. That's so heartbreaking to hear.
Yeah, so
Sounds like they need a break.
Our website's mysuncoast.com, and under links we mentioned, you can read more about this situation out there in Palmer Ranch. Yeah.
Good luck to them. Weather coming up in a second.
Still ahead, the dance floor is full of your favorite celebrities once again. We'll have a look at the season 24 premiere of Dancing with the Stars.
And later in the hour, one popular store is downsizing. We'll tell you why they're shutting down over 100 stores. Stay with us.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 6 p.m. at North Straub Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Air temperature right now is a little bit warmer than it was 24 hours ago. Dew point at the reporting station at the airport remains about the same at 48. So the moisture is slowly going to increase today and through the next probably couple of days. Northeast wind will continue shifting a little east in the late morning and then to the west in the afternoon. It's a fairly light wind coming in right now at about 5. Don't really see much in the way of a problem with any kind of fog issues across our region right now. The air is too dry for that. The temperature too warm. However, maybe as we head into tomorrow or maybe even the morning after Thursday morning, we might see a little bit of isolated patchy fog in well inland areas. Other than that, starry skies out there. It's a beautiful morning. We have temperatures that are cool and crisp in inland areas. Back in Old Mayaca, reporting a 42-degree temperature there, so slightly cooler as you move further inland. Jacksonville at 50, Gainesville at 46, Orlando at 54, West Palm coming in at 58, and Naples comes in at 58 as well. Locally, temperatures generally hovering around the 50 mark most everywhere you look. Wauchula, Arcadia coming in at 50, 51 in Parrish. Mayaca City itself coming in at 51, 55 in Venice, 53 in Bradenton. Again, today, if you liked yesterday, you're just going to like today. That's all there is to it. A lot of dry air in place. Again, this tan colorization on the water vapor imagery, the most instructive image I can show you today, as it is completely covering the peninsula of Florida and the Gulf and Atlantic waters. Dry air in place at mid and upper levels ensures wall-to-wall sunshine today. No chance of rainfall. We continue to watch a frontal boundary to the north of us sagging southward. It'll be coming closer to us on Thursday, but look at the dry air that's going to be around. So the front has very little chance of producing much in the way of significant rainfall for us. I'll be lucky to get a little bit of patchy drizzle or a passing shower out of this one. We're looking at the satellite view, and it doesn't show much. We have some very clear skies across the region. Beautiful stargazing weather if you're into that sort of thing. We do have a couple of areas of disturbed weather. One kind of big low pressure area wrapping up and moving into the Pacific Northwest, producing more inclement weather for California after they'd had a little bit of a break. Now another low pressure area moving toward the Chicago region. Promises some perhaps low hanging clouds and a snow rain mix for parts of Chicago a little bit later on today. This is the section of the low pressure area that we are watching, monitoring as high pressure builds in behind this area of low pressure. We have the potential as we head into Thursday to see that front sink closer to us and maybe trigger off a shower or two. The deal is, like I said, the air is so dry over the state of Florida, and this is a backdoor cold front, which tends to not produce as much weather as a normal cold front coming at us from the northwest. So the rain chance is small, even on Thursday. Basically a dry week. Slightly higher humidity, though, as our winds continue to draw down moisture from the northeast. That'll slowly modify the atmosphere. Sunny skies today, though. Rain-free skies. It'll be a beautiful day. Shower possible on Thursday. Those are the weather highlights. Watch the RPM computer model. Put it into motion. A lot of dry sky. A few fair weather clouds, perhaps. And then on Thursday, the backdoor cold front approaches, and we get that slight chance of rain. Much better chance further north and along the coast. Forecast looks good today. I hope you enjoy it. We're looking at daytime high temperatures that top out like yesterday in the mid to upper 70s. Chance of rain Thursday. Otherwise, the beat goes on right into the weekend. Back to you.
Boy, look at that. Looks nice. Thank you, John. Let's check the roads now. A little slowdown already. If you look east of I-75 up at State Road 64, a little slowdown already. Heading westbound toward the interstate. We'll check that in about 15 minutes. Let's check the maps now farther south into Sarasota County. Look at that. Already a slowdown on 41 southbound around Stickney Point. People are heading to the bridge, to the beach already.
Gotta get there early.
That's right, parking. And farther south into Sarasota County, we'll see a little slowdown northbound on 41 around Nokomis. Otherwise, all clear at 5:20 on this Tuesday morning.
Well, it is time once again for your favorite stars to compete for the famous Mirror Ball Trophy. Dancing with the Stars returning for their 24th season this week.
We've got 2 Olympians, a real housewife, just a few of the celebrity dancers. Danya Backus has details of last night's show.
The quest for the Mirror Ball Trophy has officially started. Season 24 of Dancing with the Stars kicked off with a quick step from Normani Corday and Val.
Give it to me and worth it.
Then Olympic figure skater Nancy Kerrigan and partner Artem wowed the judges with the Viennese waltz.
You are a pairing with great promise.
And a little humor was added to the floor with SNL alum Chris Kattan and Whitney dancing to the theme from his movie A Night at the Roxbury. Bonner, Bolton, and Sharna turned up the heat with the country cha-cha.
Bonner, please don't be a goner.
Charo and Keo showed us the Coochie Coochie actress knows how to move.
You are just a spicy queen.
But her scores fell flat.
I got my eyes on you. Okay.
The show's first baseball player David Ross hitting it out of the park for judges. Mr. T proving he's more than muscle. NFL player Rashad Jennings with one of the highest scores of the evening.
Showtime. Guess who's back again?
And Olympic gymnast Simone Biles reminding us why she's a 4-time gold medalist.
And that was the dance of the night.
The previous dance was.
I know, that dance in Simone Biles, you know, she's so athletic and has that gymnastics ability, that dancing ability when she does her floor work. So I'm cheering for Simone Biles personally, but Mr. T, he's pretty entertaining to watch.
Nostalgic. There's 2 different levels of dancers, it seems. There's the nostalgic ones, it's kind of fun to see them again.
Right.
And then the really athletic ones who clearly have the rhythm to dance.
And then there's the ones that are just epic fails.
That'd be me, right?
Right.
All right. 5:22 right now.
Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Universal Studios is hoping to help you get on your favorite rides a little faster. We'll tell you about the new feature they're working to perfect.
And at 5:30, why a dog food company is recalling a popular product. Stay with us.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Manatee enjoys a nice spring break. Sarasota and Charlotte back in class, 5:25 right now.
Well, Instagram has a new feature that will allow users to save their live videos for later.
Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have details.
In today's Tech Bites, you won't need to say an instant goodbye to your Instagram live videos.
Starting today, users will be able to save them to their phones. Those videos will be preserved to your camera roll, but they won't be saved on Instagram. And waiting online at theme parks may become an attraction in itself.
When a new Universal water park opens later this year in Orlando, visitors will get a wristband that tells them when it's their turn.
Oh, and Chuck Berry is topping the music streaming charts.
The day after his death, Johnny B. Good was the most downloaded song across digital platforms with a 10,000% increase, and overall album sales have increased more than 9,000%. A new album release is set for later this year. We just did this, by the way, on our Instagram, ABCWNN. Those are your Tech Bites.
Go, Johnny, go, go.
I'm gone.
Tech Bites, brought to you by AARP.
Staycation? No way. I need a real vacation. One measly week to bury my work phone in the sand while sipping some crazy concoction. Is that too much to ask?
Hey, we hear you. That's why we created AARP Travel. You'll get inspired by all of the tips and tools you need to easily plan a simple getaway or even the trip of a lifetime. So pack your bags and bury your phone. If you don't think this is right for me when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
Vision insurance can be hard to understand. What's covered? What's not? At VisionWorks, we take hundreds of plans, including Davis Vision. Allow us to help you get the most from your insurance benefits. And now get 50% off your second pair when you use your insurance. VisionWorks.
He's got the cash. He's got a condo. He's got a car. He's got a career. But that still doesn't mean he gets you. Time to shine. Orbit.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can buy one for just $24,999 or save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab during Ram Truck Month. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, an electronics ban on select airlines went into effect overnight. We'll tell you why some believe it was all put in place.
James Comey setting the record straight. The FBI investigation he has now confirmed.
Plus, developments in the case against a man accused of killing his pregnant ex-girlfriend and an Orlando police officer. What could happen next in court for Markeith Lloyd?
Live from the ABC 7 studios. This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And we start with a pretty shot of the downtown Sarasota area, looking south on Lemon, the blinking lights by Fruitville, and a pretty shot of the downtown little skyline right there. 5:31 on your Tuesday morning. Good morning. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thank you for joining us. We're going straight to some news developing overnight. The U.S. government is now banning passengers from carrying certain electronics on flights heading to the U.S. from 10 different international airports.
Yeah, the devices include laptops, cameras, DVD players. Candace Gibson has the story.
This morning, new air travel restrictions going into effect. The Department of Homeland Security overnight issuing an emergency directive for passengers flying from 10 Middle Eastern and African airports. Any electronic that's not a medical device or larger than a cell phone now banned from the main cabin of flights coming from certain countries. Those include tablets, cameras, and laptop computers.
There's enough screening going on that that's not necessary, so I don't know what the point would be, for that type of ban.
I think that's a little much.
The countries impacted include Jordan, Egypt, Turkey, and United Arab Emirates, home to Dubai and origin of several daily flights into the United States. A former counterterrorism official telling ABC News the ban was probably driven by intelligence of a possible attack.
And what's likely happened is that the government, the U.S. government, has developed some intelligence that a group or individual has developed some type of device that they can get onto an airplane using a laptop or some other electronic appliance.
Electronics have been used before by terrorists. As recently as last year, this hole blown through a jetliner by a laptop shortly after takeoff in Somalia. The pilot managing to land and the alleged bomber the only death. Aviation experts said at the time if the bomb went off at cruising altitude, the plane would almost certainly have been destroyed. Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
We'll be following those developments in that new ban as they become available.
All right, 5:33. Let's get the forecast now. Not a bad day for flying. Here's meteorologist John Scalzi.
Absolutely right. It's pretty out there right now. Wall-to-wall sunshine across our region as dawn breaks. It's going to be glorious. I hope you guys got out and about yesterday and enjoyed some of this.
Yes.
I did. I took my lovely dog on a walk, and it was very beautiful outside. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too windy. It was very nice, other than that pollen.
Just right. It was just Goldilocks weather.
Exactly.
It was just right. And it'll be just right again today. Looking at a slow increase in moisture across the Suncoast, but generally speaking, temperatures in the mid-70s, a little closer to the upper 70s as you get closer to the coastline right along the immediate coast. Today's daytime high, again, like yesterday, tops out in the mid to upper 70s, and we'll have, again, wall-to-wall sunshine. No rain in today's forecast. Complete weather coming up in a few.
All right, taking a look at your Suncoast traffic this morning. Not a whole lot going on in Manatee County. No accidents to report. Some congestion off of 301 in that direction and in downtown Bradenton. Other than that, no accidents to report. And in Sarasota County, some congestion as well on 41 and Down towards Gulf Gate as well, there's some congestion over there. I-75, though, looking clear as we head into South County, and some congestion picking up throughout Venice as well on this Tuesday morning. Now to the latest developments on Capitol Hill. FBI Director James Comey set the record straight, testifying in a controversial hearing. He confirmed publicly for the first time that the FBI right now is investigating Russia's attempt to influence the election and whether any members of President Trump's team helped.
Comey also broke his silence about the president's claims that the president was wiretapped by President Obama. ABC's Janai Norman has the story.
The president rallied in Kentucky.
We will make America great again.
Unfazed by the high drama on Capitol Hill.
The FBI, as part of our counterintelligence mission, is investigating the Russian government's efforts to interfere in the 2016 presidential election.
The testimony from FBI Director James Comey offering two black eyes to the Trump administration. First, revealing an ongoing investigation now in its 7th month.
That includes investigating the nature of any links between individuals associated with the Trump campaign and the Russian government, and whether there was any coordination between the campaign and Russia's efforts.
And then publicly undercutting the president, refuting Trump's tweet, quote, Obama has wiretaps in Trump Tower.
Director Comey, was the president's statement that Obama had his wires tapped in Trump Tower a true statement?
The department has no information that supports those tweets.
The White House still refusing to back down from the claims, fired back at Comey's testimony.
Investigating it and having proof of it are two different things.
And then quickly distanced itself from former Trump campaign associates caught up in the investigation, including Paul Manafort.
Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort.
Who served as Trump's campaign chairman.
And then obviously there's been this discussion of Paul Manafort, who played a very limited role for a very limited amount of time. But beyond...
He was the chairman of the campaign.
Jonathan...
FBI Director Comey says the Russians were, quote, unusually loud in their intervention, almost as if they didn't care the U.S. knew what they were doing. He says he believes they'll be backmedaling in the election in 2020 and possibly next year. Janai Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Also new this morning in political news, top House Republicans are proposing new amendments to their health care overhaul to help provide more care for older people.
Yeah, the bill could provide a number of changes, including the ability to deduct more medical costs from taxes and more generous benefits for older and disabled Medicaid recipients. But also, if passed, states could impose work requirements on the program. The proposed amendment comes just 2 days ahead of a planned House vote on the bill.
Here in Florida, a panel appointed to suggest changes to the Florida Constitution has completed its first meeting. The Constitution Revision Commission meets every 20 years in the state's capital. The 37-member group is now overseen by Carlos Baruf, a Manatee County developer who was one of Governor Rick Scott's 15 appointees to that panel. The group is expected to address a wide range of issues facing the state.
And this particular body will go all over the state and have hearings and meetings taking, facts from stakeholders, interested parties, associations, individuals, in order to consider deliberations for the proposed ballot.
With the overwhelming majority of that commission picked by Republican leaders, the panel is expected to be much more conservative than the two prior constitutional panels in 1977 and 1997. Any proposed amendments recommended by that commission will go on the ballot for the November 2018 elections, requiring approval from 60% of voters in order for that to take effect. A bill moving through the Florida legislature could allow voter information to be shared with other states to make sure people aren't registered anywhere else. A House panel approved the bill yesterday, saying it's a top priority for local election supervisors. The measure would allow the Department of State to share voter information with other states, provided that the effort is not controlled by the federal government. Right now, there's a partnership between at least 20 states and Washington, D.C. to share that information.
An update now on the case of a suspected Orlando cop killer. Markeith Lloyd is charged with first-degree murder in the killings of his pregnant ex-girlfriend as well as a police officer. At a status hearing this week, the judge did not make any decisions and simply rescheduled the hearing for March 28th. At that hearing, the court will discuss whether Lloyd needs to have an expert determine if he's competent. Lloyd wants to serve as his own attorney, but the judge has encouraged him to accept outside counsel. Also at the hearing, State Attorney Aramis Ayala confirmed she's off the Lloyd case. Governor Scott took her off the case after she announced last week she would not seek the death penalty in this or any cases. She says that Scott overstepped his authority when he pulled her off the case.
In consumer news this morning, pet owners beware. A popular dog food is being recalled because of an issue with its ingredients. Blue Buffalo Company is voluntarily recalling a production lot of its Blue Wilderness Rocky Mountain recipe red meat dinner wet food for adult dogs. The company says that food, which comes in a 12.5-ounce can, may contain elevated levels of naturally occurring beef thyroid hormones. If dogs ingest a large amount of those hormones over a prolonged amount of time, they could end up having problems with breathing and digestion. JCPenney is revealing its list of 138 stores closing down in the coming months. The only stores that will be closing in Florida are in Jacksonville and Palatka. The retail giant is looking to cut costs and improve profitability as it faces the same challenges that many other retailers are dealing with as more people turn to online shopping. About 5,000 jobs will be lost from those closures and about 900 stores will remain open. We're also following some top local stories here on the Suncoast for you this morning.
Police say human remains believed to be that of a missing Palmetto woman have been discovered in Levy County near Tallahassee. 47-year-old Tricia Freeman reported missing last week. Now, Freeman's daughter, Kayla Coyler, and her boyfriend, Roy Nichols Jr., were arrested in West Virginia in connection to her death. Sarasota County firefighters put out this 4-acre fire in Shamrock Park in South Venice late last night. No word yet how it began. And the community is rallying behind a Suncoast family hit by bad news after bad news. A year after a little boy was born with special needs, his 25-year-old mother suffered a rare and serious stroke. Now, a local nonprofit called Care to Try is hosting a virtual 5K to help raise money for this family. More details on our website, mysuncoast.com, under links we mentioned.
Well, if you know what that music is, it is a beautiful day. And if you're looking for a fun outing today, remember there are 2 spring training games that you can attend right here on the Suncoast.
Yeah, the Pirates will host the Tampa Bay Rays at Lecom Park in Bradenton, and the Orioles host the Toronto Blue Jays at Ed Smith Stadium. Both games start today at 1:05, and I guess you couldn't ask for better weather, John Sculls.
Take your sunscreen.
I was about to say the same thing. You're
Yeah,
going to need
nice.
some sunscreen and maybe a hat.
Yeah, we're starting to get to that time of year when the sun's higher on the horizon, and that spells shorter times before you're going to need that stuff.
That's right.
Yep. Otherwise, absolutely right, Ray. Absolutely beautiful weather, wall-to-wall sunshine, little chance of rain, but rain down the road maybe. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Well, still ahead, spring is obviously here, and doctors are advising you not to forget about one healthy skincare product. And we'll tell you which one that could possibly be coming up next in your Health Smart.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
Car experts and customers agree there's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 6 p.m. at Northstraw Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
You can do something about a crime.
any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperature around the region, 52 degrees. We have a dew point value of 48, which is about the same as it was yesterday. We will probably see that dew point begin to increase over the course of the next 48 hours for sure, maybe as little as 24, as our northeast wind continues to slowly draw down a little bit more moisture from the northeast. We're looking at starry skies out there right now. It's a pretty nice start to the day. Dry air, basically, from ground to the tippy top of the atmosphere, providing us with assurance that we're not going to see much in the way of rainfall for at least 2 more days. 52 degrees, as I mentioned, our air temperature at the airport. However, other places are showing temperatures that are a little bit cooler than that, in inland areas particularly. So, good news here again today from our red tide report. The Moat Marine spotters going out, checking out these beaches in person and seeing exactly what kind of irritants are in the air and bothering beachgoers. Are finding none. They're showing all area beaches free and clear of any kind of red tide toxins in the air. Great news. The winds will generally continue offshore as well, coming in from the northeast or east throughout the day, except for a brief period of time in the afternoon when we'll probably develop a shallow sea breeze. Winds are pretty light, so it should be able to do that, even though our temperatures are only going to be in the upper 70s. A lot of cloud cover is not in our forecast because we have such dry air everywhere you look. This tan colorization is an indication of mid and upper level dry air, and it extends from the Texas coastline all the way across the Gulf waters and way out into the Atlantic. So you can't get rainfall with this kind of situation. It's hard to even get too much in the way of cloud cover around, and sunshine will be the rule today. Now, we do have a front that will eventually be working its way southward. That might provide the extra little lift necessary to produce a rain shower or two, but I think that'll be mostly along the other coastline and to our north. By the time it works its way here, it will be so far removed from the moisture source of the Atlantic that I think the amount of rain that we get is going to be pretty minimal. Certainly today, satellite view not showing much in the way of cloud cover. There's the front I'm talking about. It's back to the west right now, producing the threat of some severe weather today in the Tennessee Valley. As that front extends toward the Atlantic coast by Wednesday night, high pressure will begin to build in. We'll get a few strong storms around, I think, near Atlanta today and into tomorrow. And then that front sinks southward and helps to trigger off a shower or two here locally on Thursday. Maybe we'll get a shower. If we're lucky, we will. Slightly higher humidity, sunny skies, and rain-free today, and then that shower on Thursday possible. But don't expect great rainfall amounts. Whether we get them or not, we're not going to get a lot. So today and tomorrow, certainly dry. On Thursday, I'll put in that 20% chance, maybe 30% chance of a shower. We'll see how things play out. And daytime highs remain seasonably warm, a little bit warmer perhaps as we head into the weekend, and we see a little less rainfall and cloud cover around on Saturday. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, John. Let's check the roads. No problems right now in Manatee County. You'll see a lighter load this week due to spring break in Manatee County. A little buildups there in various parts of the area. Nothing serious right now, though, at 5:50 in the morning. Let's check farther south into Sarasota County. You'll see some places in the red. Look down there by 41 and Clark and Stickney Point there. A little buildup there already. And also out east of the interstate as you head east on the Clark Road. And then South County, nothing major to report at 5:50 on this Tuesday morning. So even when it is chilly outside, the sun can still be harmful.
Definitely. Experts suggest while the weather may be nice, you may want to only get exposure to the sun just a little bit at a time. Also, they say to make sure you're wearing a broad spectrum sunscreen, which covers both UVA and UVB rays. They say it's important to also reapply, and get this, if you happen to find a bottle left over from last summer, well, you're probably not using enough sunscreen.
If you're using your sunscreen properly, 1 ounce of sunscreen should cover your whole body at the beach. So if you buy an 8-ounce sunscreen and you reapply every 2 hours, you could go through a whole bottle between you and a child or a spouse in a day.
I definitely did not know that, so
good.
that's some good information.
Yeah, good point.
Well, some doctors also recommend trying to wear SPF clothing. They say the best part about that is that it stays with you, obviously, no matter the angle of the sun, and obviously you don't also have to reapply it.
I heard a comedian say, what do you mean SPF clothing? Aren't all shirts blocking the sun? I guess not.
That's a good point.
Some are better than others. Let's move on. Entertainment news now. An actor who's played Sherlock Holmes and a superhero as well will take on another classic big screen role.
David Daniel has that and much more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Iron Man talks to the animals. Robert Downey Jr. is set to star in The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle, taking on the beast-bantering character who first appeared in a series of 1920s children's books. He's previously been played on film by Rex Harrison and Eddie Murphy. Nicki Minaj has surpassed the Queen. With 3 new songs hitting the latest Billboard Hot 100, including 2 collaborations, Minaj has a total of 76 career appearances on that chart. That tops none other than Aretha Franklin, who had 73 entries on the Hot 100 and held the record for nearly 40 years.
I can't accept this award.
Commencement goes Hollywood. The stars will be out at the University of Southern California when the class of 2017 graduates this May. Legendary actress Helen Mirren will receive an honorary degree, along with Will Ferrell, a USC alumnus, who will also deliver what promises to be a memorably funny commencement address. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, 5:52 right now. We'll have more local news headlines after this. Stay with us.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV?
The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean really moves me.
One.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Take a look at this. One woman in Texas who's taking the task of keeping people warm into her own hands. This is Jean Ferris, who makes quilts for those in need, and she sends them all around the world. She's been making quilts for strangers since 1995, and the 79-year-old spends 12 to 14 hours a week making them with an old sewing machine that her husband got her 51 years ago. Not sure how that thing still works. She says she loves spreading love and joy one quilt at a time. An inspiration to us all in taking action to fill a need with whatever resources you already have. That is a very good point.
What a great way to use her talents.
Definitely.
Helping others. We'll help you with more local news headlines and the forecast in 2 minutes. Stay with us.